Ever wondered how mochi is made? This beloved Japanese treat, known for its soft and chewy texture, has been enjoyed for centuries and has gained popularity worldwide in recent years. The global market for this delicacy is expected to reach a value of $1.5 billion by 2026. This video will take you through every step of the production process in a modern factory, from the selection of raw materials to the final product ready for distribution. The journey begins with the careful sourcing of its primary ingredient, short-grain glutinous rice. This special type of grain, also known as sweet or sticky rice, is predominantly grown in East and Southeast Asia. Japan, in particular, has several regions famous for their high-quality harvests, such as Niigata and Hokkaido. These areas are known for their ideal climate and soil conditions that produce grains with the perfect stickiness and texture for mochi. The crop is harvested in the autumn, typically between September and October, depending on the specific variety and local climate conditions. Once harvested, the rice undergoes a thorough inspection process to ensure only the highest quality is used for production. This involves both automated sorting machines and manual inspection by experienced workers. The sorting machines use optical sensors to detect and remove any discolored or misshapen grains, while human inspectors perform additional quality checks, looking for any remaining impurities or damaged rice that may have slipped through the automated process. Interestingly, some producers have long-standing relationships with specific farmers, ensuring a consistent supply of premium glutinous grains year after year. Once the grains have been selected and inspected, they move on to the initial cleaning and preparation stage. This process is crucial for ensuring the highest quality and food safety standards are met. The rice is first passed through a series of sieves to remove any remaining debris, such as small stones or plant matter that may have been missed during the initial sorting. Following this, they undergo a washing process. Large industrial washing machines are used, which can clean several hundred kilograms of grains at once. These machines use a combination of water jets and gentle agitation to remove any surface starch, dust, or impurities. The washing process is typically repeated 3 to 5 times to ensure thorough cleaning. After washing, the grains are soaked in clean cold water for several hours. This soaking process is essential as it allows the rice to absorb water, which is crucial for achieving the right texture when later cooked and pounded into dough. The soaking time can vary depending on the specific variety and the desired final texture, but it typically ranges from 6 to 12 hours. During this time, the water is changed periodically to maintain cleanliness. Following the soaking process, the grains are drained and left to rest for a short period, allowing any excess water to drain off. This resting period also helps to ensure even moisture distribution throughout, which is important for uniform cooking in the next stage of production. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos. The primary processing stage is where the soaked grains are transformed into the chewy, elastic dough that will form the final product. This stage begins with the cooking of the rice, which is done using large industrial steamers. These steamers can process hundreds of kilograms at once, ensuring efficient production. The grains are steamed for about an hour, during which time they absorb more water and become soft and sticky. The exact steaming time and temperature are carefully controlled to achieve the perfect texture. Too little steaming will result in hard, undercooked rice, while too much can make it too soft and lose its desirable chewy quality. Once fully cooked, the batch is transferred to a large mortar called an uesu. Traditionally, mochi was made by hand-pounding the grains with wooden mallets in these large mortars. However, in modern factories, this process is typically automated using specialized machines. These machines replicate the traditional pounding process, but can produce the dough on a much larger scale. The machine's pestle, often made of stainless steel, pounds the rice at a rate of about 60 to 80 times per minute. As the grains are pounded, they gradually transform from individual kernels into a smooth, sticky dough. This process typically takes about 15 to 20 minutes per batch. During this time, small amounts of water are added as needed to achieve the right consistency. The pounding process is crucial as it breaks down the structure of the rice and develops the glutinous proteins, giving the final product its characteristic chewy texture. An interesting fact about this stage is that the sound of the machine pounding the grains is considered a traditional New Year's sound in Japan. as mochi is often made during this time as part of festive celebrations. After the initial pounding process, the dough undergoes a secondary processing stage to refine its texture and prepare it for shaping. At this point, it is a large, sticky mass that needs to be worked into a more manageable form. This is typically done by kneading the dough while it's still warm. In large-scale production, this kneading process is often performed by specialized machines that can handle large quantities at once. These machines use rotating arms or rollers to stretch and fold the dough repeatedly, ensuring a smooth and even texture throughout. During this kneading process, additional ingredients may be added depending on the specific type of product being produced. For example, sugar might be incorporated for sweet varieties, or food coloring for colored options. The kneading process also helps to cool the dough slightly, making it easier to handle in the next stages of production. Once the dough has been thoroughly kneaded, it's typically divided into smaller portions for shaping. This is often done using a cutting machine that can quickly and uniformly divide the large mass into smaller pieces. These pieces are then ready for shaping into the final product form. The shaping process can vary depending on the type being produced. For traditional round cakes, the pieces are typically formed into balls or flattened discs by machine or by hand. For filled varieties, such as those containing sweet bean paste or ice cream, the dough is first flattened into a thin sheet and then wrapped around the filling using specialized wrapping machines. These machines can produce hundreds of filled pieces per hour, ensuring efficient production. Throughout this process, the temperature of the dough is carefully controlled. Many factories use climate-controlled rooms for this stage of production to maintain optimal temperature and humidity levels. The packaging stage is crucial for preserving the freshness and quality of the product. Given its sticky nature, special care must be taken to prevent the pieces from sticking together or losing their shape during packaging and transportation. For traditional cakes, each piece is typically dusted with a fine layer of potato or cornstarch. This not only prevents sticking but also adds a pleasant, slightly powdery texture to the outside. The dusting process is usually automated, with pieces passing through a machine that evenly coats them with starch. After dusting, the pieces are often individually wrapped. This can be done using plastic wrap, but many manufacturers are now opting for more environmentally friendly options such as biodegradable films or traditional paper wrappings. The wrapping process is typically automated, with high-speed machines that can wrap hundreds of pieces per minute. For filled products, such as those containing ice cream, the packaging process may involve flash freezing before wrapping. This helps maintain the integrity of both the exterior and the filling. Once packaged, the product moves on to the storage and distribution stage. The storage requirements can vary depending on the specific type and any fillings it may contain. Traditional unfilled cakes can typically be stored at room temperature for short periods, but for longer shelf life, they are often refrigerated. Many manufacturers recommend consuming them within a week of production for the best quality, although properly stored can last for several weeks. Filled products, especially those containing perishable ingredients like fresh fruit or dairy-based fillings, require refrigeration or freezing. Ice cream-filled mochi, for example, must be kept frozen at all times to maintain its quality. Large-scale producers often have extensive cold storage facilities to accommodate these different storage requirements. These facilities are equipped with temperature and humidity controls to ensure optimal conditions for storage. An interesting fact about storage is that in Japan, there's a traditional method of preserving mochi called mochi bana, or mochi flour. This involves drying cakes by hanging them on strings, similar to how one might hang laundry. While this method isn't used in modern factory production, it's still practiced in some households and small-scale traditional shops. The distribution of mochi varies depending on the scale of production and the intended market. For local distribution within Japan, it is often delivered directly to retailers or restaurants using refrigerated trucks. These trucks are equipped with temperature-controlled compartments to maintain optimal conditions during transport. For international distribution, its products are typically frozen before being shipped. This helps to extend their shelf life and maintain quality during the longer transportation times. Frozen mochi are packed into insulated containers or specialized freezer containers for shipping by air or sea freight. As mochi continues to gain popularity around the world, producers are facing the challenge of scaling up production while maintaining the authenticity and quality of the product. This has led to innovations in production methods and equipment design. For example, some manufacturers have developed machines that can replicate the traditional hand-pounding method on a large scale, preserving the texture that results from this process while increasing production capacity. In conclusion, the production of mochi is a fascinating blend of ancient tradition and modern technology. From the careful selection of glutinous grains to the final packaging and distribution, every step of the process is designed to create a product that is not just delicious, but also deeply connected to Japanese culture and history. As it continues to gain popularity around the world, it serves as a delicious ambassador of Japanese cuisine, introducing people to the unique textures and flavors that have made it beloved for centuries. Whether enjoyed as a traditional New Year's treat, a modern ice cream dessert, or anything in between, mochi remains a testament to the skill and creativity of food producers who continue to refine and perfect this iconic treat. If you enjoyed learning about how mochi is made, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content on food production.